So just the other day, me and my boy Stefan were hanging out, and we're always talking about different topics related to photography, business ideas, and things of that nature. And I just thought to myself, like, why is photography so important? And it just dawned on me, like, I had to create a video and kind of give you guys my explanation on why I feel photography is so important. So let's answer that question. Why is photography so important? Well, photography allows you to freeze any given point in time, create a memory, and place that into an image or a photo. Now, let that sink in for a second. As you guys go through your journeys in life, you constantly look back into the past, right? And photography allows you to see a clear vision of that at any point that you decide to go back and look, as long as you documented it by photographing that moment. And when I was thinking of this the other day, I was just like, wow, like, I think this is much more powerful than a lot of people realize. I have images that I look back at when I was 18 years old or 20 years old. And, you know, I still consider myself very young. I mean, it's such like an interesting topic. As you guys get older, people just consider themselves so old once you start hitting 30s and everything. And I just feel like, you know, you're really just hitting your primes now. Like, you know what I mean? You have so much life in front of you, but it's so nice to see moments in time that you've already experienced and just to see your growth and where you are currently in life. So I was just like, I had to make a video talking about this because I think this is a great discussion and things for people to consider. So when you guys are having different moments in your life, like getting married, having kids, and whatever that moment is that you feel like is special, it's so important to document it and take photos. Take as many photos as you possibly can, because there's so much things that happen in life. And, you know, unfortunately, you know, the inevitable is going to happen to us all. And, you know, one day we're not going to be here anymore. But for the days that we are here, we want to remember the special moments that we share not only with our friends, our families, but just highlighting different moments of achievements in life, you know, whether it's you graduated high school, college, a particular job that you wanted and you finally have it. Maybe, you know, entrepreneurs, like my entrepreneurs out there, you know, you guys achieve so much just by taking a leap of faith and pursuing your passion or different areas in your life. And it's so important that you guys are documenting these moments. And how do you do that? You do them by taking pictures. And I think for me, the wake up call for this is, again, like I told you, me and Stefan were talking the other day, and it was just crazy. We were just talking about, you know, the things we know now in comparison to the things that, you know, we were doing when we were in high school, or, you know what I mean? Like, why didn't we do this before? Or like, you know, if I did this then, but, you know, we hate living with the thought that, you know, woulda, shoulda, coulda. You know, so it's always what you can do now to improve tomorrow or to set you up for later in life. So, you know, we're always looking to push forward, not to look in the past and dwell on it, but it's looking in the past to learn on the experiences that we've already went through and what we can do better so that we can get to the places that we want to go. And even continuing this conversation a little further, I think it's good to explore, like, how do you even use these photos for something bigger than just memories? Well, obviously we kind of covered that on a personal level, but there's other levels that photography is very useful in as well. The next setting is going to be in the professional and like commercial settings. And what's interesting with professional and commercial settings is that it actually takes you a lot further than you may realize. So just thinking of the way that we consume photos or media and all of these different things that we watch on our phones on a daily basis, whether it's on YouTube or whatever the case is, a lot of things are going towards video format, right? Short video format. So, you're on TikTok for a couple of seconds. You might be watching YouTube Shorts, Instagram posts, right? But it's nice when you can actually physically see how somebody portrays themselves. And I think it's super important, especially with professional and commercial settings, if you're looking to secure deals with certain types of companies, get certain types of sponsors, because not everything is going to be consumed via video. Like, let's just talk about brand ambassadors. A lot of times they're going to be partnering with clothing companies, let's just say, for instance, and you need somebody to model the clothes or show it off in a particular way. Maybe you're into gym clothes, right? You're going to need somebody to model that. You're going to want to take really nice photos, right? And of course, going back to kind of how I started the video, just seeing a company that's starting off today, let's just say Nike documented their first photo from, whenever that started, right? 67, right? I'm just giving a random year, right? And looking where Nike is today, they're going to look back on that and say, again, like I said, it's a memory, and just say to themselves, like, wow, look at where we started and look at where we are today. And all of that is branding, marketing, you know what I mean? So it's so important. And wherever you are in your process, this video is really just to let you guys know to continue being the best versions of yourselves, continue creating those memories and documenting everything, so that this way, when you're looking to continue growing and moving forward, you can see where you started at, where you currently are, and the direction that you're continuously trying to move towards and achieve. So I hope that video helped you guys and gave you guys some real insight to photography. And again, this is just my perspective on it. You guys may have your personal opinions, and I would love to hear what you guys also think about photography and whether or not you guys feel that it's important as well. Thanks for tuning in.